I'm Michael Kirby, and in my glory days I was a Justice of the High Court of Australia. I, like most Australians, have had encounters with cancer. I had an encounter with cancer myself within the family in which I grew up, a family of 6. My father, my mother, my sister and my 2 brothers. We've had a number of recent engagements with cancer that have, in a sense, been typical of the lives of many Australians. Now, the reason that I can't be with you for your conference is that I have to attend the big World AIDS Conference which is taking place in Melbourne. My experience in dealing with the HIV epidemic is, I think, relevant to the response to cancer. And that has taught that the only way in which we in Australia and other countries around the world have been able to respond effectively to the HIV epidemic is by engagement and by causing trouble, by stirring things up, by making HIV a political issue and an issue of discussion so that action will be taken, including legal reforms. I believe that the same can be said about cancer. And so my message to you is essentially, be a stirrer, be a change agent, get out there and appeal to the rationality of your fellow citizens. I have this theory that in our DNA as human beings is a little bit of the DNA that is a quest for rationality, for rational solutions to the world's problems. And one of the great problems in our world is the problem and the challenge of cancer. One day, the science that is available to us will have tamed cancer, and most forms of cancer will be committed to the dustbin of history. But in the meantime, there's a lot of work to be done, and volunteers and people who take the initiative and cause trouble in the most polite and courteous of ways will be those who will be celebrated for what they have done to ensure that we in Australia and in our world respond most effectively to this enormous challenge to public health. So I wish you well. I wish I were there with you, but I'll be doing my job in Melbourne whilst you're having your meeting in Sydney, and I will be paying attention to the messages that you bring, and I hope that they will be successful in securing the changes that are necessary to ensure that we stand up against cancer and that we don't just complacently accept it.